That's where I spent most of my youth. First house there, number 2. Run down the street, jump over the fence, straight into my playground, main.
Was it a big fence at the time, or was it
like that?
Oh.
I could climb that wall, and you don't realise there's another 6-foot drop at the other side. So first time I did it, I thought, how am I going to get down here? Just get used to it, swing over and drop
Oh, so
down.
you've seen many have an accident flying over the fence, have you?
I've seen people jump up and then get to the top and think, no, I can't. I couldn't do it now. I'm talking when I was like 12, 15 years up to probably secondary school age. This street brings back many memories. This is where I was born, on this street, in my nana's front room. Used to spend a lot of time at my nana's. There, number 32.
And that's it. That's the.
There's the house. There's where the magic was created.
So when we're famous in 10 years' time, people will be making journeys just to see where you were born.
They're going to have a plaque put outside house. I think Terry Simon was born here. To be fair, back in talking in 60s, a lot of kids were born in homes. I know my cousin Ian, who's got a hotel at Blackpool. I know certainly his brother, he were born in
So what's that street called? Just been down?
Copeland, Foley Avenue. This is Copeland Road. Down here, this place gets mentioned quite a bit in videos. Flying Pizza. I know.
I don't know if we mentioned it yet, have we?
I think local lads mentioned it a couple of times. This is one of his favourite takeaways. He likes to frequent the Flying Pizza.
Do you ever go in?
Now and again, I'll go if we're having a...
Whereabouts is it? On this corner here?
This is it here. Sell everything. John Powney won't be happy because it's not, to be fair, you can't get fish and chips, but it does a bit of everything, kebabs, pizzas, all sorts. It's alright, it's alright.
And they've got the Smith burger, haven't they?
I heard yesterday, yeah, that Billy and Jack Smith, as young'uns, used to order a burger that looked like a Scooby snack. Burger, bacon, burger, cheese, burger, salad, burger. And he got fed up, he got that fed up, but I'm saying what they wanted on. He said, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to call it Smith Burger. So when you're ringing, just ask for Smith Burger. And apparently, it's still on menu to this day, the Smith Burger.
Incredible.
Another takeaway down here where what gets mentioned, as we mentioned Roman chip shop in Mexborough. But, local lad will tell you, best chip shop in the area, Summer Lane.
Is it on the right, or?
It's here on the right hand side.
Do you frequent that one as well?
I would say this is a chip shop I go to most in Wombwell.
It's here, isn't it?
There you go.
Awarded 5 stars, it says.
It's good, it's a good chippy. It's a good chippy, Summer Lane.
Summer Lane Fish Bar.
Yeah, it's a good chip shop.
Apparently,
since Scott's mentioned it, when he goes in now, he says they'll look after him. Now what he means by that is, I don't know, probably gets a great big plate of extra. Mind you, the biggest portion of chips I've ever seen at Summer Lane.
We're going back to sort of, you look at the pre-season, it must have given, how much of a big lift have you had?
Massive, because obviously back end of last season didn't end like we wanted it to. Spoke to a few lads, again, Ben and Ryan, who was more local, more regular, sorry. We got a few lads in, and open trials did alright. We picked up 3 or 4 lads from open trials, and then when we had pre-season, there were new lads coming in who I'd not known, such as your Charlie Hanleys. We went to, I think that was a good thing, we went to watch Cobker in that final against Birdwell. That video went down really well, and quite a few at Cobker lads. Young Kieran Bradley said he wanted to come down anyway, but 1 or 2 at Cobker lads came with him. Jammer, Davis, Ethan Kenny's come back, and they've been really good. They've been really good. This place here on the left, this housing estate, this was my primary school, King's Road. It's now an housing. In fact, 2 schools I used to go to are no longer there.
It's quite common in Barnsley though.
That's where school used to be.
Right, number 6.
Straight across from, oh there, right up to the top.
But is it, I mean, I know from like Conor Rollinson, the schools he went to, which were only 10, 15, well, probably 15 years ago, they've all been demolished. So there's a lot of people in Barnsley, a lot of their schools have been demolished, even if they only went, because obviously they all got rebuilt, didn't they?
Yeah, they built all new super schools, secondary, so...
You know, like when we talked about last year, and we talked about things like racism, did you actually enjoy going to school?
I love school, mate. I did, I loved it. Proper enjoyed school. Yeah.
But you faced some quite tough times some certain days.
You did, but like... It shouldn't be normalised, I know, but it was just what happened all the time, so...
Because you mentioned last year even teachers were racist at times.
Yeah, they were in the 70s. I know it sounds bonkers, but they were. But I really did enjoy school. Really enjoyed it. And I didn't find school easy. I had to work hard at it, but I enjoyed studying, I enjoyed learning, and I loved football. We used to play Saturday morning at school then, and up in Jump, a lot of our school team and a lot of my mates lived at Jump. So they used to catch a bus from Jump and get off outside where I lived on Off Lane, and about 4 or 5 of them, kid called Paul Brooks, Sean O'Neill, Gary Donald, who was it then, they used to all get off and used to call at our house, and my mum would make them like toast or some cereal. Then we'd walk across park to school and play Saturday mornings, and I loved it. Saturday morning football was brilliant. I remember when I was in, at that time it was called 5th years, like what, year 11 now. I played for school Saturday morning at 15 years old. I played for school Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon I used to play for a team called Darfield Centre 17, their reserve team. Then Sunday morning I used to play for Wombwell Foundry, because our old fella and my uncle used to work there. And then Sunday afternoon I played for Darfield Centre under 18s. So I used to play 4 games a weekend, every weekend in the year when I was in last year at school. But school was good.
So it's not even like anything you're haunted by, teachers wise. It's
yeah. I'm sure that some kids who are at our school now will be haunted by me in 10 years' time. But no, I didn't have it. I don't recall school as a bad experience. I found school enjoyable.
Maybe just the odd day where you came home and you're not going to believe what so and so said.
But I can't even recall going home and reporting it. As I say, well, that sort of norm. I can't recall reporting it. It definitely happened, and certainly, you know, in kids being kids and kids being cruel. This car park's always full. Kids being kids and kids being cruel. It happened quite a lot on corridors and at sort of unstructured time breaks and lunch times. But it never put me on. I never woke up and thought, oh, I'm not going to school tomorrow because of this and because of that. Yeah, you just got on with it. And I had a lot of good mates, so if I did have a rough time, my mates would get me through it. And I had a lot of mates who we used to all play football together.
So do you remember Titch at school?
Titch was a few years younger than me. I remember Toddy, because Toddy was 2 years older than me. And at school at that time, when you played for football team, you used to play like in 2 years. So year 7, year 9 and year 11 played away together, and year 8 and 10 were at home. So I used to play football, and when we used to go away, we used to always be with Toddy's team. So I remember Toddy because he was 2 years older, but I don't remember Titch. I think Titch was about 4 years younger.
When do you first remember meeting Titch then?
Probably when we started playing football. They used to all play for a team called Ash, and I remember them once asking me to play for them. Going back to my cousin Harry, and he played for them. So they asked me to play, and I was a bit older and a bit more experienced and played at a decent level with Maine. So when I went to play, I was like some sort of superstar for him. So that's when I first remembered Titch.
And were he a bit crackers that day?
No, he were right quiet. He used to, him and Mickey Pearce, bless him, were best mates. So that's when I first remembered Titch. And then he started coming out drinking with us. And I've known him ever since.
One story that I don't think's been mentioned, you once had a play called Jasper, didn't you?
Yeah, where I was born, where I've just shown you, they lived straight across road. Well, 2 doors up across road. And his dad were, it's something to do with local junior football, similar to what Arne and I. So Jasper came and played. Titch tells the story better than me. But he was, at the time, I just remember he was a little ginger-haired kid who was proper quick. I think we played away at Waterbridge. It started somewhat along the lines where Bill, the manager, just kept saying, get ball to Jasper, get ball to Jasper. And I think his half-time team talk went somewhat along the lines of, right, every time we get ball, just knock it over at the top, Jasper will get onto it, Jasper will get onto it. Right, so we all know what we're going to do, we're going to go out there, get ball to Jasper. And I think Jasper put his hand up and said, Bill, can I come off, I'm knackered. So best laid plans went by wayside that day. But I forgot, I think his name was McGregor or something like that. His nickname was Jasper.
So we've been out and about in Whitby and we're now out and about in Wombwell, aren't we? But we've got no sea, have we?
This is, I mean, it's Friday. And obviously it's school holidays, so, but I don't get on one much. But as a young and at weekends we used to just come shopping, and it used to be packed one. All shops now seem like they're hairdressers or mobile phone shops.
And your hairdresser's no good to you when you've got a mobile phone.
I cut my own hair. I don't market's on middle, isn't it?
I think there's Keith Batty runs a stall, doesn't he? He goes in Main, doesn't he?
Oh, he might be on one. But Market used to be at the other end of one. It used to be absolutely bouncing Market. There used to be top and bottom markets, but they no longer exist. Just going to do ugly side at local football now. So these are the people who make the magic happen. We don't just turn up on a Saturday. Well, if it were left to me, we'd turn up in mucky kits.
Oh, we're actually taking one back as well, are we?
We've got 2 to pick up, what we had last week, and we've 1 to drop off.
So how long have they been coming in here, Main?
Years. Average of 22 years, so as long as that.
And so how long you known Terry then?
I've only started dropping it off because what normally happens is, especially when Toddy's here, Toddy they'll drop it off at ground. So they'll come and pick it up Monday morning when we've played Saturday.
Oh, you're like one of these takeaway drivers, are you?
Yeah. Delivery. And then they'll drop it off. But with Toddy, when Toddy's away and I'm on school holiday, I'll drop it in. But they always.
So what's kit like when it comes in? Do they wreck your washing machines?
No. Sometimes they're really bad and sometimes they're okay.
This time of year is not bad.
We get through it.
do you kick off saying it's out of order, this is too muddy?
No.
You don't get aggressive with
Toddy? I tell you
Toddy.
what's worst, and it's not so bad now, but when it's wet through and I have to carry it back down there because they're too heavy to move.
So we brought that bag in when we're having it back?
As soon as you want it, when you want it.
Oh, 3 o'clock this afternoon?
Yeah, it'll be done, yeah.
We'll be right for next week. I'll probably come Tuesday. Do you want me to pay for them now or when I pick it up?
You can pay when you picked up. You paid for them.
Yeah, I paid for them.
Yeah.
Can I do a favour and leave them in because we're going to have a walk on one I'll pick because I'm parked in car park here. And they're not in where they are.
No.
But if you get us a sandwich when we come back for other bags.
I hope that people, because it's a right nightmare of a job washing kits, I hope you get a few more teams.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right.
This is Wombwell High Street. I'm looking to see if there's any shops that I recognise. Not really.
Who do you think players-wise stood out in pre-season?
Been really impressed with Charlie Hanley. I don't think anybody's let us down. I think every player's put a shift in and worked hard. But I didn't know much about Charlie. He came with Jack Cranswick and he stood out, really impressed me. seen Kieran before, but he's done well. You look at Jammer.
He came out of nowhere, didn't he?
Yeah, I saw I tried getting him last year through Mark Ullier. Mark refs all our under-18 games, and Mark mentioned him to me. He says we're on about a centre half when we lost Jamie Knox, and he mentioned him. And I tried getting him, and he went up to Oldham. And I saw him as a sort of tough, tackling, physical player, but he's a lot more ability than I give credit for. These at Wombwell Gate, unicorn there at our badge.
So do you...
Now then, you're talking about talented people. You know who this young man is? PK's dad. Alright, Scott, shall we? He's just said...
I've heard about you. We didn't put it on the video though.
Oh, she's running off. She don't want to be on
about Whitby, that did his stepdad took you out, didn't he? And then you got him back, didn't you?
Jack went, Scotch didn't take no prisoner.
And then didn't he tap you on the head and say 1-1 or something?
How long's I been up at Main?
18 months.
Right. They ought to know better than to listen to Jack. That's all I'm saying to me.
Good to see you, Scott.
Nice to see you all, Terry, yeah.
I've just left him, he's up
Good
at
hard
Main.
lines up there,
Yeah, we've been playing alright. Hey, okay, alright. There you go. We've just been on about your two, Billy and Jack. We've got a burger named after him, there, pizza plate.
Smith burger.
There you go. Hey, up, alright. Look, I didn't realise how proper. Are we going? Are we alright? Another one here. Another one. As his father-in-law. There you go.
Oh, are you going to christening Sunday?
You got one?
You're going to christening?
Certainly am.
Payson, christening Sunday.
He's in there with his granny.
Oh, Payson. Are they keeping? That's been a bit struggling a bit, haven't they?
I won't, but I'm getting there now.
How's it at Worksop? Enjoying it? Has they still got a place down here?
At the moment, yeah.
Good.
Ready for retiring anytime.
No, ain't retired. No one, there's somebody who likes to keep busy, like I've always been saying. So, I mean, he's from Garforth, so he's never been on Wombwell.
What?
I have been down here a couple of times.
Been it, like, got a sign in that says, come on, we'll have a walk on. We'll see somebody.
Why not?
We'll see somebody. How long have these gates been up? They'll probably know more than me. Yeah, because then
What?
these Wombwell gates, it's about 20 years.
They've been up
They got given though
850
years ago, didn't they?
20 years.
And where were they before they were put here then?
But that's the background to the unicorn, isn't it?
Oh, unicorn, it used to be school badge. It's always been part of Wombwell. Yeah.
Oh, so you don't know too much about the history about them?
Paul does, Paul Cahill. But they haven't been put up, I would say about 20 years. About 20 years. So, right, we'll go a bit further. You look after this. Oh,
Them.
we didn't know.
You were MC engineering, wasn't it?
Oh, is that who did it?
Used to do a lot of work for the council.
There you go. MC engineering. Very good. You look after yourself.
All right.
Enjoy christening. See you later.
Well, yeah, I think there's a lot of new faces, but there's been a bit of good team spirit formed quite quickly, hasn't it?
I think it was a good move getting early on, first pre-season session. Spoke to, I'm going back to him again, Ben and Ryan. Ben, what vice captain last year. Campbell's obviously. He's a fair trade. He told us earlier that he won't be signing, or he won't be playing regular this year. So we got Ben in. Then we got Ryan in as vice captain, and that's been a good move.
Do you know Bakers?
No. There's nowhere else really I know on here, but we'll have a, see if we see anybody, right? I might drop on Bill. Sometimes see a Bill down here. I'll take you to we'll have a walk on to what Took used to run. Took's a Wombwell regular. But yeah, I think Ben and Ryan, they've took on a lot of responsibility. We've had them to management group, and they're buzzing with that. They're two good players. They've been longest serving players. They're two good lads, and hopefully, if we continue as season started, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll have an half decent season. I'm not predicting any, title push it out like that. I think it's going to be
Because I think one thing I thought the other day is that, you know, we're starting obviously early this year, but players always come available early on in the season if they're not getting picked for NC teams.
Yeah,
for example.
We'll possibly get that, but if I'm looking at it, which squad of probably 16 players that we've got, and loyalty or commitment that they've shown from first match. I mean, we've played 3-4 matches and we're literally just into August. So looking at somebody who would see us as a sort of second choice, I'm not saying I close the door to anybody, but these lads who've come in, they've done a good job. So would I want somebody who anchoring at an NCL side, so they're going to come and use us as a platform, get half a dozen games under the belt, do well, and then go to another NCL side? We had that last year. Like I said, I'm not shutting the door to anybody, but if lads who've come continue to show what they've shown, then I'm happy with what we've got. You look at under 18s, and I've spoke about these now for the last 12 months. You look at under 18s, and you've got Dylan Sykes, who played the other day and what man at match. You've got Jaden Williams, who's come in and not looked out of place. Last year, Kieran Harris and Archie both played for us. Archie Howell, they'll get some more game time. So I think I might push for them to play other than.
Well, I mean, when you look back at success stories from pre-season last year, we were talking about 3 players in particular last year as being biggest success stories. But you could have.
Hey up, alright mate. Craig Marsh's dad there. They'll know Craig.
Oh, he's been sent off a few times in his career,
Craig's had some
hasn't he?
interviews from this bloke for non-league Yorkshire. Yeah.
I think that's the biggest success story, isn't it? I would say.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be an interesting year because I know a lot of teams are struggling. Now, you look at Penistone, and I thought Penistone winning league last year. It shocked me actually when Dave Hampshire put that it's the first time they've actually won league. Even season they went up, they didn't finish as winners. So that shocked me that. But then you look at, I think they've gone on from strength to strength. They've signed a few at Dodderth lads on. So I think Penistone will be definitely thereabouts. Last year I was talking a lot about Southampton, and obviously we've seen Southampton a few times. They're a good side. I think that they'll be up pushing, physically strong, well organised, a group of lads who play for each other. So I think they'll be pushing. You look at Dodderth, and I think now that they've got Fudging, I think you'd argue that last 2 years they were favourites for title and probably underachieved. Certainly 2 years ago when we come runners up, I remember half a dozen games from end of season, there was something like 6 points clear, and the nosedive last half a dozen games. Last year they're a good side, big strong favourites again, and Penistone picked them. So I tell you what, Pompey. So I think it'll be interesting to see what Dodderth have got. New sides what are coming up. Silkstone, I don't know a lot about them. I know they've got a few new lads in. But yeah, it'll be a good league.
I think nobody's expecting us to do it after how badly the season ended, are they?
I think if you look at form, you look at last 10 games, I think if you look on form there, we'd have probably been bottom of the league. So people know what Wombwell are about, and when we're on it, we don't give anybody easy games. Last year we did. So hopefully we can. But there's an
element of no pressure on us, is there? Really?
Yeah, there ain't no pressure on us. I'll never put pressure on lads.
No, but last season it was like we'd finished second, and it was like, yeah, let's see what we can do.
On for next one. But I think you look at it now, and I think a lot of them are untested at this level. But you look at games we've played, Nostell, Wombwell, even Wombwell Town, I took a lot of positives out of that game. Nostell, we competed and won that game. Bentley are a good Central Midlands League side. We should have, chances we created, we should have won that game. So we've had a good pre-season, probably the best we've had for a long time. So if we take that into the start of the season, we should be alright. Should be alright. This where we stood now, this used to be marketplaces. This used to be absolutely buzzing, bonkers. Last night when we had training, we were talking to Gary Ogden, one of the trustees and fans at the club. He mentioned that place, talking about takeaways. He said that does the best grilled chicken kebabs in Wombwell. Charcoal grill. Never been there, so I don't know.
Where's Took's pubs then?
The two pubs at Took had. Prince of Wales there.
So just to remind people, Took's, he never actually got credited name-wise, but he was sat next to Jack on the Whitby bus and knew Dracula.
Alright. He knew Dracula, did he? So Took's had a few pubs.
What were he like as a landlord? Did he get aggressive?
No, he was Took. He was my manager at Prince. I would say aggression has never ever been part of Took's army. He's one of the most laid back, placid blokes I know.
Armoury's been mentioned again.
So, sorry Dave. So he had Prince, and then he managed, I think he run Old Town Hall. I don't think I've ever been in this pub actually. What? Town Hall.
And is it Grum who owned it as well?
Grum, yeah. I think Took's daughter and Grum, he was Grum's partner. So I think Grum had something to do with it, Took. We'll cross over and we'll walk up the other side.
We've done well for a couple of interactions, haven't we? Yeah. Pomp is a good one.
That's a good one, Scotch.
Who?
Scotch.
Which one's he?
Paul Case.
Oh right. Well, Paul's going to be laughing his head off him.
He said my dad will be here.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said yesterday my dad will be here.
He sounds like he watches YouTube though, because he made a comment about the Bentley game, didn't he?
Yeah, he says you were unlucky the other day. Yeah. Middle of Wombwell here, if you look down there, just at the bottom of here, the cars doing here, that's the Wombwell town site. So,
are you peckish or anything?
No.
Oh, right.
So back in the day, again going back to my childhood, there was that big market over there, and then this place here were at top market. So the bottom market over there, top market here again. This used to be Friday and Saturday. This used to be packed. This bar here called Butcher's Bar. It was a butcher's. There used to be a butcher's. And when I come to work, to school, when I'm driving through town centre, especially if I don't go out bypass, and I'll come here, and if lights are on red, when I stop here at like 7 o'clock in the morning, that bar's packed. People at 7 o'clock every day. People at 7 o'clock in the morning drinking. It's another bar I've never been. That place there, Wombwell Emporium, used to be, I think they called Cosy Boat. It used to have like little, you went to them seaside resorts and you play that bingo, coloured bingo, where you slide things over. They used to have that in there. And they used to have slot machines. And my mum used to go play bingo Saturday morning. We'd go shopping and she'd go in there. And there used to, I think, me and our Paul and our Michelle would have like a can of pop, and we'd be in there while they were playing bingo. Spent a few hours in there. Oh, sure, that used to be one of the best pubs in Wombwell back in the day.
Is it a Wetherspoons style? Well, it is a Wetherspoons, yeah.
It used to be. I think now a lot of people meet at Wetherspoons. Only shop that I can remember what's been on here for a long time is Mills here. How long have you been here now? 1980.
And how long have you been coming in?
I just always remember this being here, 1980. So yeah, it's hard for local businesses little DIY shops like this, particularly when you look at
I bet
like.
you're a regular customer, aren't you?
If we're doing out up at Main and it's not a big, you know, a big job what needs, I mean, we're doing dugouts and we need some PVC, so we'll have to go somewhere else for that. But when you look at like B&Q's just down the road, obviously massive place, it's so difficult for these people. Across there, what's Poundland, that used to be a DIY place. But credit to them, they've kept going. So, come on, we'll go in and we'll have a look round.
£4 and they've got a sweeping brush, a tub, you know, the one with the long stick.
Oh, it's packed. We'll not get in. This is place where, like, when I'm you know, when I phone you up and I say I'm decorating, this is where I come for my stuff. You can get out in here.
Do you go to Billy Taylor or do you come here for paint? Or did you used to?
I have always come here. I've always come here. Because you get service with a smile here.
Ooh, service with
you get service with. I've just told her now. 1980. I've been told it.
1980, yes.
1980.
Here, yes.
And how long do you remember Terry? When did he first start coming in?
Oh God, when he was young. Him and their Paul.
She always calls me Paul.
Oh, do you know brother?
Oh yeah.
He's a bit aggressive. He's a bit aggressive on football field, isn't he?
I don't know. I've not actually been to see
a replacement, you know, seal.
So when we're doing any bits up at ground, our Gary always comes in here. So honestly, it's bonkers because you'll come in and you'll say, I'm after something like it needs to be like that, and and she'll go, all right, see, and then she'll just come and get it out. So that's exactly what I want.
So do you know Gary Ogden as well?
Yeah, yeah.
What's Gary like as a customer?
In the two Ogdens.
Yeah, Gary and David. Gary's eldest, who lives up Enfield. Our Dave lives at bottom of Huff Lane.
That's it. Yeah, I know them both.
Which one do you prefer?
I know the one who lives at Enfield better.
That's
Gary.
Gary.
He always gives me a run for me money.
Ah, because he's richest man in
He
Wombwell.
is the richest.
He don't like spending money,
He's
does
tightest
he?
man in Wombwell.
So when you give him a receipt, does he go right through it then?
No, he's not that bad. Just
She always looks after.
So are you coming in next week for some stuff, or?
We'll probably will. We'll come back in next week. And what I'm going to do when I come back in next week, seeing as you've now been on Wombwell Main YouTube channel, how many subscribers have we got?
Just under 1,000.
Just under 1,000, alright. So next week there'll be coach loads pulling up,
brilliant
saying we've
stuff.
seen you, we've seen Mills's.
At long last.
I say you're just like Del Boy. This time next year, Rodney. Thank you very much. See you later. That's been here quite a while. Potters. Guy who used to be butcher me, lives across the road from me. He's retired.
But you know, when you look at like at end of season, just say we finish just outside relegation zone, but we've had a smile on our games at every match. Would that do for you this year?
Yeah. I'd like to, if I was saying that, you know, it's not about trying to be as successful as you possibly can, that's what we want, but success comes in all different ways, doesn't it? At the end of the day, there's only ever going to be one side wins league, there's only ever going to be one side who wins cups. So if a successful season for us is lads getting through seat, enjoying it, what would be success for me this year? If every week we've got a squad of 14 players, a competitive squad of 14 players, and I think if we get that, then we'll be all right.
We never named anywhere near the same team 2 games running last year. We never got close.
I keep going back to the last 10 games. I would say the last 10 games of the season, we used something like 40 players, and a lot of them players had no interest in club, and I keep saying that. And a lot of them players who had no interest in club, I said at times, they'll not be invited back. And they haven't been invited back. And you look at difference in attitude of players now to then, it's chalk and cheese. Lads come in changing rooms, they're buzzing. There's that banter again, there's that, you know, everybody's having a laugh with each other, but done it right way. It's just good. I mean, I think it started back really, probably too early, July. I'm really looking forward to the season starting proper, League Cup, when we get that up and running, and then I'm really looking forward to it. Been a nice walk on all this.
You know, because you remember what it used to be like years ago, does it sadden you a bit when you see that it's quite quiet?
Yeah.
I know it's probably reflective of most places
I mean,
across country.
I'm talking when I was little, when I was younger, there were no caught on wood over there, where now you've got your direct sports, B&Q. There must be 20, 30 massive units there. Then you've got other side at Stairfoot, there's a couple of big supermarkets, Tesco's over there. None of them were here when I were like growing up.
But parking must put people off as well, because it's not exactly straightforward to park.
There's a big car park at the other side, but it's not easy to park. It used to be, I would say, I mean, I don't look, but I would say, hey, Jake, alright, pal? I'm good, are you? I would say, I say you were a footballer back in the day, believe it or not. Big, strong centre half, Jake. You'll do for me. You're coached by the best. You're coached by the best. That's why, Jake. I took particular notice, but I remember when I was at school, when I was on here, there used to be like a bus every 2 minutes. I ain't seen a bus pass us. There used to be a bus into Wombwell every 2 minutes because it was that busy a shopping centre, but you don't get that now. I'll just pick these kits up. We'll see it now, funnily enough.
Well, I wouldn't pass this down there, but I think it was when you had, it might have been when you were in shop, but I've only seen, that's the second one I've seen.
But honestly, it used to be every 5 minutes a bus drove through Wombwell. When I used to go out drinking, we used to always meet. We used to go in Oak. Lads used to meet in Oak. We were Oak lads, sort of played for Oak and what have you. So we meet in Oak. We'd probably go and have a pint in Prince or in Chew, and then we'd catch a bus into town, into Barnsley. And no matter what time you went out, you were never stood longer than 10 minutes. Buses just used to go through all the time. So it's sad to see it as it is now. And like Mills's who we've just been in, it must be so difficult for them to try and make a living. We all have big DIY stores that are up and about. And that's Wombwell for you. Now then. I'm alright, how are you?
Alright.
It's been a while, fella.
It has.
I said they'll be on YouTube now. Royal Oak days.
Oh yeah.
Good days. Good days.
Good side.
And probably, well, a good side, but just, I've just been on about how frequent buses used to be. So go in Oak, meet in Oak, have a drink, on bus, every 5 minutes a bus into town. Some good people in Oak.
Oh, that was good, wasn't it?
He used to be main man in Oak.
I saw the in Barnsley and I was talking to them. I said, oh, I've been watching the videos, but it wasn't the boy.
Paul? I've just said that in show. I was talking
He says to me, which videos I've been watching. I said, no, not that one, other one.
He's appeared twice, your brother, hasn't he?
I've been in a couple. Do you watch videos then?
I've seen them a couple of times when they've been on now and they pop up on Facebook. They're getting pretty professional. That's team doing.
We're doing all right. We've just been. We start back next week, so it's a bit of a pre-season stuff we're looking at doing. And I says, come on, I'll take you on one more, because James is from Leeds, from Garforth. So although he's been on odd time, he's never actually. So I've took him to Old Kings Road School. I went to Kings Road, didn't I?
No, I went Park Street.
Park Street. So I went to Kings Road, which has been knocked down. High School's knocked down.
Park Street is, that's...
Park Street's moved at it to another plot. We've drove past Oak. It's talked about.
But it's ready for knocking down, isn't it?
Alma's knocked down, so a lot of good places and a lot of good times. They're no longer here.
It's better this year.
Class. Oh, well, but we've had weather, haven't we?
It's been
just
better,
keep it fingers crossed that we don't get that rain again.
Like all rain, a lot of matches cancelled, weren't they?
I'll have to get up and come and have a pint with us.
I'll come and watch a bit of football.
Get this
I don't
in
drink.
We're at home next Wednesday.
I don't, orange. I'll buy the glass of orange or a glass of Coke if that comes up.
Can they remember when they all used to go it up? Because some porridge, it used to be 2 pence a glass. when it filled it, and it filled it.
Oh, fill it. What's he doing with you now?
It was 2 pence a glass for ages, and then Phil took off like an old football team winning, and they'd also porridge, which is good because football. And he said, I'm not making note out of this. He put it up to 10 pence a glass, didn't he? And everybody went mental, didn't they?
Chuffy now, 10 pence a glass.
Everybody went mental because I put it up. Well, they were all there, like supping pints of orange. Then going on
I
the Saturday
still
afternoon
do.
and everybody had have
I
a
drink
pint of
orange.
orange. Yeah, but everybody
everybody
in place had a pint of orange at 2 pence a glass. You
Two-
weren't making no money.
two
you said.
pence. You look after yourself.
He's,
If I get up,
he's living on a boat now.
Oh, Phil.
Don't
Hey up, Mark, alright?
Not bad, mate. You?
I'm good, thank you.
they ever see his well,
I
I
see-
see him from on Facebook.
I see you there,
I see
his
him from on
lads.
Facebook.
What's his lad
He's
called?
bought his son a canal boat and lives on that. I think he did abroad for a while, didn't he?
oh, I don't know.
I think he,
I see is it his lad or, no, other lad, what was his brother called? Paul. I see his lad is out one of our Jake's mates, so I see him now and again, but I don't see any of them anymore.
anyway,
So-
take care, mate.
You look
Nice
after
see you.
yourself, if you get up to me.
Welcome to Wombwell, mate.
We'll go up to the last place where I spent a lot of my youth. Probably before I moved up to Socal, we lived on Huff Lane, up to being about 10. And this is where I spent all my time, on park tops. And I haven't been up here for years, so I don't even know what to expect. It just used to be a grassed area where we used to always play football. And it used to lead into park, so I don't know what it's like now. So this has all changed. This never used to be fenced off like this. So we'll get out and have a look here. So this is where as I said, from probably up to about 10, 12-year-old. These gates were never here. You can't see that chimney stack there. That used to be our house, and again, it's all overgrown now. I used to jump over the wall. This bit used to be where we played football. That bit there, it never had a path on it. That was grassed area, but this was better area. It never had mugger, so this used to be our field. We'll have a walk in because this takes you into park. Park used to be beautiful. Used to be like flower beds, and in fact, Ronnie Wilkinson, bless him, Wilco's dad. He was groundsman up at Main for a lot of years, but he were also park groundsman. And park used to be immaculate, absolutely pristine. There used to be a big bandstand, and I remember like bands coming and playing in it. Just used to be, when you went through here, there used to be tennis courts, and probably a month ago when Wimbledon were on, you could not get in tennis courts. You used to have to queue up, and only about 20 pence to play, but you had to wait for an hour, 2 hours to get a game of tennis. There used to be 2 bowling greens, what again were absolutely pristine. So there used to be a wooden fence here, and that led into park. And there used to be a drive down there, what I used to walk to school. I used to walk down back at park at school. But none of this were here when out, none of that mugger, none of this skateboard ramp. This is where bowling green used to be.
You know, when you like look at the main and you look how it's evolved over the years, like the changing rooms, the bar getting bigger, and well, the bar was somewhere else, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah, it was across road.
And you look at how that's evolved, and it's only going to get better. And then you look at the park, and you see how it's changed, probably for the worse. How do you feel?
I remember as a kid, you'd come here, and as I said, I haven't been down here for years. I lie there. I came last. We brought grandkids last year. There were a day in the park, and we brought Marcy and Theo here. But I see on Facebook how people will say, "Oh, I've been in park and with my grandkids or with my young kids and a group of teenagers." And I'm not giving all kids a bad press because they're not all bad. But this used to be just a safe space where everybody used to come and play. There used to be signs on, "Keep off the grass," and nobody went on grass. It was just like, honestly, bowling green standard. All grass were always immaculately cut, and everything was brilliant. And you look at it now, if it were used right, I mean, none of this were here, so it's good that all these facilities are here. But I just have a feeling that kids who should be using it are a little bit intimidated by using it because of teenagers who come and possibly. I'm not saying they do all wrong. I just think if you see a group of teenagers and you've got a 4 or 5-year-old kid, it can be quite intimidating, like I say. But it's a shame. It's a shame because hours I've spent on here and good times. And we used to have We used to play against football teams. There used to be about 5 or 6 of us lived round here, and we used to play teams from like down at bottom end of Wombwell.
So they were proper Wombwell El Clasicos then, weren't they?
Honestly, we'd play I remember us once we went up jump, and we walked up jump, upward walk across 5 fields, played jump. In summer we used to play cricket on here and up at Main, and obviously we used to play test matches over 5 days, but our 5-day test matches used to have like 15 innings each, because you used to get bowled out after that. But we used to have some right fun. And when I think about, we used to play with, we'd get oak gear, pads, bats, play with corky. And when I think about, we'd be playing with corky, and some lads could throw it down a little bit, and you'd be playing on quite a rough area. But we just used to, no helmets, all like that. We just used to look. Summer holidays were brilliant. Summer holidays, we'd go away to Blackpool or Yarmouth and that. But for other 5 weeks at summer holidays, I was just in here. And literally we used to play football there. As I said, we used to live there. And at 5 o'clock, my mum would come out. Terry, Paul, Michelle didn't used to come out as much as us, or didn't used to play, she used to do her own thing. But she used to come out, Terry, Paul, your tea's out. We used to go back, jump off at wall, have his tea, come back in. Mark Cash, he used to live in next yard up. Same way his mum and dad, they shot him in, he'd go have his tea. Just used to be, and you'd play till it got dark. What time we finish? When it gets dark, or when somebody's got to go in. Brilliant, right times. Sad to see it, mate. Sad to see it as it is. You're talking middle of summer holidays now, and there's 2 kids in park. Honestly, when I were younger, there'd have been 30, 40 in here. There'd have been a match on there. We used to always have this pitch, and then you'd have like 3 or 4 matches there, and like I say, you'd walk through gates, there'd be tennis courts, there'd be bowling green. We got to a point where we used to have a game, we'd like have a bowling, we'd do cricket. There used to be, times we played hide and seek in there. The park were massive. You'd be playing hide and seek like for 2 or 3 hours. Used to be bonkers. And the thing is as well, I look at it now, this, and as I remember it was never but it seemed a lot bigger. It seemed like 3/4 of a football pitch. You look at it now, and when we train, we do 5-a-side sessions on this sort of area. But at time, it just seemed like a massive piece of grass, and we've probably played 11-a-side on here as kids. If you come here, that's my old house there, where that skyline is. That's where we used to live.
So you used to have a jump over a wall, but you can't do it now, can you?
Where them this wall were never here, this. It was a small wall, that. Where them trees are, used to be outside toilets. It were a shared yard, there were 6 houses in yard. And at top of yard, I mean, we never used outside toilets as toilets, but there were outside toilets. And so we used to go to where outside toilet was, scrim up drain pipe. Wall were probably 7-8 foot high, scrim up drain pipe and jump over at wall. It'd take you, it was just lazy. It'd literally take you 2 minutes, a minute to walk round from our house, round the street and come through here. But it'd take me 20 seconds to jump over the fence. And quite often it'd be sort of, whoever gets on pitch first picks what next they want to go in. So I just used to jump over the fence and come in. At the same going home, I just used to jump back over the wall. Used to be good. Used to be good. I once got run over, running from our yard. A kid called Mark Riley. He said, "Last front past Mark. I ain't seen him for 40 years. I think he moved out to Jersey or Guernsey, somewhere like that." And he used to live where Mark Cash lived, in other yard. And I remember us once going to play football, and I literally run out of our entrance, run along and run up his entrance. And as I run up entrance, I sort of turned round and a car were reversing round and it knocked me over. I only it just knocked me to the floor and I got up, and that was just because I was that excited about going to play football. You didn't have a care in the world, did you? You just used to get on with things.
Obviously, pitch is looking alright, isn't it? I mean, obviously you don't know what weather's going to be like as the season goes on, but I think when we mentioned about the obviously players, good team spirit, but I think there's a good. You only have to look at walking football, don't you? It's almost like the season's not ending in some respects, and there's a good buzz around the whole club, isn't there, as well?
I got a message off a Martin Watkin, who's a bit of a club legend, Martin. It were only a week or so ago, and he put, just like to say thanks for everything that you've done, and I'm like, he says, I've started to come back to walking football, he says, and it's a long time since I've known club to have the buzz that it's got at minute. He says there's mini Mainers, which his lad Vinny, he's been to mini Mainers. He says from mini Mainers to from 3-year-olds through to first team development side, junior sides, walking football. He says I'm packing in with rec on Saturdays, he says, because I want our Vinny to experience at Wombwell what I experienced. Love for club, love for people at club, and enjoyment you get there. He says, and at Mini, that's exactly how it feels. He says, I've never known, it's on cusp of something really big, he says, and I want me and my family to be part of it. And I thought, what a fantastic message that is, from a kid who, great kid Martin, proper top kid, but I put that what message he sent. So we are going right way, and we've just got to continue to do so, both on and off field, and we will, because we've got good, and I've said it before, we've got good people involved at club who want success for club, and again, success looks in different, it comes in different guises, and success for us is everybody singing off same hymn sheet and moving club forward.